What is happening, Somebody Like You crew? This is the Somebody Like You podcast. And what we do on the Somebody Like You podcast is we just try to bring a little bit of joy, a little bit of positive energy, and a little bit of positive mental health because I know a lot of us can use it, me included. It is just like I say in the name. I am just somebody like you who has gone through their fair share of mental health struggles, obstacles, roadblocks, whatever you want to call them. But there's some things that we get to talk about today. Some things that I've been doing in my life that have been helping me, and it would be against everything I believe in if I don't help you while I'm helping myself. That is my entire purpose of what I do. It is to help others as I help myself. And one thing I have learned about myself and about my journey, whether it be mental health, whether it be for fitness, whether it be for podcasting, social media growth, client growth, my coaching, my mental health services. It's just to show up every single day. Is every single day going to be your personal best? No, it's not. And I think managing expectations is something that is crucial when on your mental health journey, your self-improvement journey, your personal development journey, whatever journey you are on. It is important to know that you just need to show up. For instance, yesterday, beautiful day outside where I live, right outside of Philadelphia. And I wanted to show up for myself in a way I haven't before. I dedicated myself to a 4-mile run. And if you would see me stand up, whether you're watching me, listening to me, or whatever, if you would see the stature in which I stand up, you'd be like, that body ain't built for 4 miles, boy. And he's not. But I showed up and I said, I'm going to do 4 miles. It doesn't matter how fast I go. It doesn't matter the directions I go. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter how I feel. I'm just going to get to 4 miles. I'm just going to show up. And what I did by doing that is I did the 4 miles in a personal best time, right? But I would never have done it, never been able to get that done if I did not show up. Now, I want to talk about the subconscious mind for a little bit because this is all tied in, right? I'm not just some guy out here talking about what he did yesterday morning. I got some science behind this. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between yes and no, sarcasm. It just knows what you tell it. So if you say, I am dumb, you may even be joking. Your subconscious mind goes, hey, crew, we're going to start building a world and a reality in which this guy is dumb. So by using that logic, right, as simple as that is made to sound, showing up is telling your mind that you show up. This is what you do. This is the reality you are creating. These are the things you are doing in order to change the reality you are living. So 4 miles isn't relevant. Even it's just the fact what you want to do is 5 minutes. Show up for yourself today for 5 minutes. If you're listening to this right now and you're having a tough go of it, ask yourself the simple question, what can I show up for? What can I show up and do for myself to create positive momentum for 5 minutes today? That could be reading a book. That could be stepping outside, putting your feet in the grass and grounding a little bit. That could be taking 3 deep breaths, connecting with the inner body. All of these things, right, are going to start creating positive momentum. If you're somebody who lives with anxiety, maybe reading a book to better understand anxiety. You can check out somebodylikeYou.org. I have a bunch of my recommendations on there. My top 10 books that have changed my life, changed my mental health, changed my entire trajectory of where I was going, brought me here. And that was anxiety. I had panic disorder, right? I was agoraphobic, couldn't leave the house for years. Not the case anymore. All started with a little positive momentum. So what is it today? What is it right now? Like I said, if you're going through some things right now in life and life is kicking you where it hurts, that's going to happen. That's life. That's what we're all experiencing from time to time. But the secret sauce, the magic formula, the whatever you want to call it, to that is your perspective on why it is happening. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you, right? We hear that a million times. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. What does that mean? Well, bad things, or what can be perceived as bad things, are going to happen. But if you take those bad things and you start saying, what good is coming from this? Maybe this is, you're running, we'll use a simple example. You're running late already. You can't find your keys. A lot of people are saying, this is happening to me. I can't believe this time I can't find my keys. I'm a victim here. I can't. What if the universe, God, whatever it might be that you call it, is kind of stashing away your keys because keeping you safe on the road? That's a perspective shift, right? Now, you may be sitting there and be like, oh, well, that's a really cool hack, dude. Yeah, maybe, like, but that's the mindset that you're sitting in, right? Like, that's the energy you're matching. If you're sitting there like snot, like rolling your eyes or scoffing at it, that's the energy you're bringing to the table. That's why you feel the way you feel. I'm not saying that to discourage you or condemn you for it. It's just understand, when you bring that energy, that is the energy you are receiving back. Where if I lose my keys and I'm running late, I'm like, it's protecting me from something. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to relax. I'm going to find these keys when I am meant to find these keys. Those keys are going to surface. Or an alternative solution is going to surface that is better suited for me. It's everything is working for you, even when it feels like it doesn't. So the challenge is shifting your perspective. Shifting your perspective. And that brings us into our weekly wisdom of the week. Shifting your perspective to things are working for me, not working against me or happening to me. Just like when you're running, right? When you're working out, when you're moving, when you're just starting something. I made a video yesterday, and it was the topic, or the beginning of the video started like this. It is absolutely impossible to not change if you continue to change consistently. It's impossible. What does that mean? You want a better mental health. You want a better life. You want to attract different things. You want to manifest different things. The problem happens when we're not doing anything to change that. We're just wishing. Remember that, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? It's happening to you because you're not changing anything. The point of the video was, you can have the perspective that this isn't true. That this isn't happening for me, it's happening to me. And I said, you want to change your perspective. Change the way you think about this. Change the way that you're intaking information. It's happening for me. I want to change. I need to break patterns. I need to maybe talk to a professional, mental health services, somebody like you, mental health services, self-plug, right? I need someone to help me. I need to help myself. I need to start reading books. I need to start doing everything that is in the service of the person that I want to become. And if I'm not doing that, I'm going to yield the results of the things that I don't want. Because I'm doing the same things at the same times and getting the same results. The only difference is I'm wishing that I wasn't getting these results. So the weekly wisdom is change your perspective, change the way you talk to yourself, change the way you see things. A little exercise that I do when I'm feeling, if you're feeling like life's kicking you right where it hurts, take a step back, ask yourself this: what am I learning from this feeling? What am I learning from life feeling like it's kicking me here? I'm going to give you a couple examples that happen that I like to come up with when I'm there, right? Obviously, I'm going to feel what that lesson is, but a lot of times it's, wow, I'm really impatient. I want everything now, but I'm not doing things to help me in the now. Why is this? What lesson is this teaching me? That you don't bloom in every season. We have somebody in the comments saying, I found out that they had brain cancer. Instead of having an awful summer, I have lived the best life. Tiffany, I am sending you and your family and so much love. And I'm so appreciative that you shared this with me, because listen to that. That is an example, right? That is an inspiration of somebody who was dealt a card that traditionally and understandably is so scary. But when you change your perspective, of how is this happening for me? Now, I want to emphasize that you can still be scared. You can still be worried. You can still be, we are humans. We are built to have emotions. We are meant to feel this broad spectrum of emotions, right? But your perspective of this is happening for me while I'm still scared, while I'm still fighting through this, while I'm still learning that I have things that I need to overcome. The perspective. I don't know if anybody's a Joe Dispenza fan. Dr. Joe, right? Talks about how people heal through diseases and diagnoses through really powerful meditation. And I want to simplify it because people are like, wow, meditation, that's not how that works. It doesn't heal things. I'm going to explain to you in simple terms how I understand it, because like I said, it's just in the name. I am just somebody like you, and I have to break things down to build them up. Imagine you are a radio station tuned into that victim mindset. It's happening to me, right? Not calling you a victim, I'm calling it a mindset. When you're tuned in that radio station, you are going to attract the things that are playing on that station. Just like if you tune into a country station, but you're looking to hear classic rock, you're going to hear country. Now, may you get a song that you consider classic rock? Once in a while, I might throw you a bone, but if you want to change the things and change the way you're looking, you need to change the station. You need to change the frequency at which you are operating on, right? And like our dear friend Tiffany, who shared with us, right? She's changing the station at which she's living, she's operating on. She's operating from a place of strength, a place of bravery, a place of, I'm just going to say, badassness. I can feel it in my core, right? Tiffany, I'm so thankful that you shared this. Because remember, why is this happening for me? And the perspective we're changing. This is a moment in which it's happening for Tiffany. She is sharing her life experience, sharing her current situation, and she is inspiring. I know me. I can see other people in the chat. That's the happening for. Whatever this is happening, it has given her an opportunity to share a beautiful perspective of life. That's a happening for. Now, you may not like that. You may not say, that's how I want to think. And this is where I challenge you and say, that is a you problem. I'm not insensitive. I just don't share. I choose not to surround myself with people that think like that it's happening to me. It's happening to me. It's also happening for, right? Tiffany is an example, a damn good example right now. I take my anxiety, I take my panic attacks, I take my mental health struggles, I take my depression, I take, the laundry list of things we all have going on in our lives right now. Ooh, Elizabeth in the chat is saying the victor mindset instead of the victim mindset. Victor, V-I-C-T-O-R. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. The victor mindset. This is your success story, right? And the laundry list we're talking about of things that are happening, what feel like to us, how are they happening for us, right? On this weekly wisdom segment, why is this happening? How is this happening for us? If you are listening, you're probably hearing the trash bins getting taken at the current moment in time. So I apologize for the audio. But how is this happening for? I look at mine, right? Simple for me. I've always worked with special education, the autism community. That has been something I always worked in, right? I was a public servant. I felt like that was my duty. That was a place I love to be. I love helping people. I had to go through my own set of circumstances, my own mental health battles to understand how I can help more people. Once again, you can look at that and being like, no, you're just trying to put a positive twist on things. Yeah, you're absolutely freaking right. I am. I had to go through my panic disorder. I had to go through the multiple ER visits feeling like I was instantly dying for no explanation, with no explanation. I had to go through these things because now I own my own mental health services company. I coach countless people on how to better their mental health and change their lives. Why did that work for me? Because I found ways that work for me. I attend a school, the Nickerson Institute of Integrative Health Training, because I went through the things I went through. I found an amazing group of people on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, all of these places, on YouTube, that have given me a place to help people. If I don't go through the stuff I go through, I'm still a shell of myself trying to figure out why I'm so upset, why I'm so anxious. It all turned, how is this happening for me? So if you're in a chat or if you're just listening, if you're listening to the recording of this podcast at a later date, ask yourself right now, the things that I'm going through, why am I going through this? And how are they working in my benefit? Because that is going to bring you to the greener side of life. For people who can't see, I'm streaming on a different platform as well, and I have some slides that pop up. The greener side of life, right? If you want to live on the greener side of life, you need to start thinking like you're already living on the greener side of life. As Elizabeth said, we find what we seek. If you're looking for an excuse not to do the things that are going to bring you happiness, you are going to find every single excuse. If you are looking for change, you're going to find change. Just like this podcast started. Positive momentum starts with baby little steps. 3 deep breaths right now. Stepping outside, putting your feet in the grass. Going for a walk around the block. With the intention of being where you are for positive change. That intention's everything. Going out and doing it begrudgingly is sending out that frequency, that radio station, right? It's like, oh, I don't want to be here. Well, yeah, it's going to pick up on that energy. It's okay not to want to be there, but let yourself know, tell your subconscious mind that I'm here to produce change. I'm showing up for change. I'm showing up for me. That's changing from, I don't know why I'm doing this, to, hey, I might not want to be here, but I show up for myself. Those are the same activities, but telling 2 completely different stories. So what story are you telling yourself? The art of doing is a powerful practice. Remember that. The art of doing is a powerful practice. I know this is going to be a little bit shorter of a podcast today, but your boy has a couple appointments. And so if you're just listening, usually I'll record at 11 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesdays. But I have a business meeting today, and I didn't want to not do the podcast because this is my opportunity to help people. So I want to leave you with a couple things before I jump off here. Be conscious of the radio station you are tuning into. The station you are tuning into requires you to be brutally honest with yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Don't judge yourself. If you're operating at a place of guilt, judgment, hate, confusion, loss, anxiety, all of those things, that's okay right now. But is that what you want in the future? Do you want to attract the things that that frequency brings? The answer is probably no. And that is okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. What you want to do is just start gradually changing the station. You want to feel healthier. You want to feel better. Start going for those walks, breathing exercises, putting your feet in the grass. That's going to change positive. That's going to change in the radio station. Start filtering the people you hang out with, filtering the content you see, the content you consume. It's going to start changing the station, literally changing the station. Remember, be conscious of these things. Ask yourself, why are these things happening for me? They're a lesson. Just because you don't want to learn the lesson doesn't mean that they're not lessons. A word I like to use is harmony, and another one is alignment. What do you want to be in harmony with? What do you want to be in alignment with? What is in alignment with that best version of you? I do all these practices, and obviously, like I said, I always have the shameless self-plugs because I like to help people who are looking to change their lives. With my mental health services, what we do is we design, more specifically, you design the best version of you. What that person listens to, what that person does, what that person feels, what that person looks to attract, what goals that person has. And what we do is we bring that blueprint to life. So if you were looking for a little bit of help, you can check out www.somebodylikeyou.org. And all of my information's on there. All of my resources are on there, things that I recommend, because trust me, I get it. I understand that not everybody has the luxury of hiring mental health services, a mental health coach. I have a bunch of free resources. I do a bunch of this. I offer as much free resources as I can because I too understand not having those resources. So remember, if you're on this mental health journey and you're looking for a little bit of help, you can always scroll my content. You can always check out my website, www.somebodylikeyou.org. And you can always show up on these lives for this podcast, because what we're doing is we're cultivating a community of everybody who is looking. Hello, Mimi. Sending you so much love. We are looking to change our lives together. I know this can, like, we feel alone. I know we can feel like no one understands the journey we are on. And that's part of that feeling, right? That's part of the mental health journey. Thinking that no one else understands. We all go through different things, but we all tune into a very similar radio station when we're feeling that way. So please understand you're not alone. You are seen. You are heard. I love you all. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. I'll chat with you all on the next episode of...
Are you ready to embark on a journey of holistic mental health training? The Nickerson Institute of Integrative Health Training could be the next transformative step on your path. Nickerson Institute's accredited 200-hour program provides the knowledge and tools you'll need to become a professional integrative mental health coach. From mind-body connections, neuropsychology, spirituality, energy psychology, and beyond. With Dr. Nickerson's guidance and support, you'll learn motivational interviewing, attunement, cognitive behavioral coaching, and trauma-informed care to truly connect with your clients so you can help them in bringing about sustainable results. In this accredited hybrid format program, you can work through the videos and core content at your own pace and engage with Dr. Nickerson and other trainees live in bi-weekly discussions and presentations. Beyond the Certified Mental Health Coach Training Program, Nickerson Institute also offers courses and programs for corporate coaching, continuing education, and personal development. Whether you're a healthcare professional, a wellness enthusiast, or someone thinking about a career in coaching, consider the Nickerson Institute of Integrative Health Training for the next transformative step on your path. To learn more and download the full brochure, visit www.nickersoninstitute.com.